Welcome to People Who Inspire. I'm your host, Mary Drelisak. What do you get when you combine rhythmic music, aerobic exercise, and a group of women who support each other? It's Zumba at the Christian Church in Connellsville with Emily Gardner and Roxanne Yunkin. They're my guests today. Welcome. So tell me a little bit about what you do in the community outside of Zumba.
Me?
Your life, yes, Roxanne. Your life outside of Zumba.
Okay, first of all, this basement is the gym of my church. I'm very active in the church. I'm a junior church leader. I am an elder. I am the stewardship chairman. I am a deacon. I teach Sunday school, and I teach junior church.
Wow.
Just in the church. I'm also a member of Siegley that you got me involved in, Mary, in our little circle. And I've just been promoted to children's director of Siegley. So now I have my own little flock of kiddos.
And what do you do with that?
At Siegley?
Yeah, as a children's director.
Teach the little ones the routines, keep them on task, have a little fun.
Yeah, okay.
Take little breaks.
And I know you made the costumes. You're an amazing costume designer, maker. So you have many talents.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Jack of all trades,
Yes.
master of
No,
none.
I'm pretty sure you've mastered many.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not making the costumes for this show, though. I'm designing some of them, and I'm helping them pick the right materials and the right resources, but 220 costumes is too many for me to make.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's okay. That's good. You're doing plenty. Okay, very good. All right, how about you, Emily?
Well, I work in healthcare. I work as a dialysis technician, and basically I just do Zumba. I just joined a new church, so that's going to be taking up a lot of my extra time too. So, but yeah, Zumba is a big part of my life.
Developing yourself inside and out, that's
Yes,
for sure.
For sure.
Was there a moment when you realized, for both of you, that you wanted to go from student to teacher? Was it a moment or was it a process? When was it that you knew that suddenly you wanted to lead instead?
I'm going to let Emily answer that first, because my reason is completely different than hers.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I started taking a Zumba class, and I just fell in love with Zumba as a whole. It was just so exciting and so different, and I just felt so free. I have a lot of anxiety issues, so that kind of held me back from doing a lot of things in life. And whenever I found Zumba, it kind of brought me out of my shell a little bit and made me feel more comfortable. So just the process of becoming a teacher from a student was, for me, a very long one, because I had taken Zumba for so long, and then I met some amazing women through the classes. I met Roxanne through the classes, and they all just kind of like uplift you and just make you feel so welcome. And we started doing Zumba down here whenever our other Zumba class stopped. So we were starting to do Zumba down here, and just one day I saw Cassie, one of our friends, our Zumba friends, instructor, and she was one of Daynell's students, and I saw her doing it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like if she can do it, so can I. And it was such a passion that I have for Zumba. I just love it so much. So I thought, well, if she can do it, I can too. So I talked to Daynell about it, and she gave me the blessing, and she was like, absolutely, I was going to talk to you about possibly becoming a Zumba instructor. So I was like, okay, well, I have the blessing. So then Roxanne and I were talking about it, and you can add what...
And I decided to go simply for moral support for Emily.
Yeah.
I had zero interest in becoming a Zumba instructor. Not that I don't absolutely love Zumba. Zumba's like my 1 hour, that's just for me. It's like emotional, physical, spiritual, soul therapy. It truly is. However, I was always perfectly content being the first row student. And the closer we got and the more Emily had talked about it, the more anxious she got.
Yeah.
And well, you remember that time. You were one of our flim-flams then. And Emily's like, if we're going to do this, I'm going to get certified. And then she's like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I. So I went solely for moral support. I went home and I told my husband, I'm like, Emily's going to go get certified to be an instructor, but I think she's going to back out. And he's like, well, why don't you just go with her? So that's what happened.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what happened.
And that's a real testimony of the friendships that develop
Yes,
here,
absolutely.
and through all this. And
Because
how
we met you.
Yes,
through Zumba.
yes, through Zumba.
And I think I told you this before, but you got me through Zumba instructor training, because I'm like, I need Mary's face back there smiling so I'm not petrified. And we walk into the venue and there are African drums along every wall, everywhere you look. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, Mary is here.
Mary is here.
Mary is here.
Mary likes to do drumming. It's something that I picked up through Gail Cuneo and their Rhythm Nation. So I bring that in. So that's cool. Thank you. Yeah. See? Well, we're there for each other. You can do this.
Yeah.
You can do this. What did it take to get there? What did it take to become a teacher? What did you have to go through? That was a collective sigh.
Well, you know, you go to this training, first off, like you get prepared, you go to this training, and it's a very long daily, like it's a long day training, and you come out of there and you're just overwhelmed by, like, can I really do this? Is this even possible with all the information they give you? And your body's just so worn out from the day. And then it just, after that, you just kind of are just like, hey, you know what? Yeah, this can happen, absolutely. So then you just move on to the next day and keep going.
When you realize you could make it through a day of training. When you consider a Zumba class is, usually it's an hour, or a little bit less. So now that's an hour of exercise, of exercise. You walk out of here and you feel it. Now I can imagine an all day's worth. And you came back the second day. So that shows commitment and passion.
And Emily and I were practicing. We were practicing here, we were practicing at her house, and we would put up these things, and she's like, I don't know what that is. What is a machete? What is I don't know what this stuff is. So she puts on these videos, and we're watching it, and we're like, we know how to do that. We didn't know
Just didn't know what it was called.
But we know how to do that.
Yeah.
So we had ourselves all worked up by the mechanics and the vocabulary of it, and we're like, oh, we already know how to do that.
That's right.
So when we came out of training, we were just like, okay,
Yeah.
Now we know a little bit more about what we've already been doing.
That you've already been doing. You know what it's called. Yeah, that's very good. What's the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome in this journey, or even in your life?
For me, it's anxiety. Okay. Anxiety is huge for me.
Right.
So I just plug through every single day.
What kind of anxiety?
I have a lot of social anxiety, where I get in my head a lot, and I get overwhelmed by situations. Right. And like she said, Zumba is your hour in that day where you just let go, let yourself be free. Don't think. Don't allow yourself to get in your head too much. Just have fun and watch the people that come to the class have fun, and we just enjoy.
You would never know that as a teacher, because she's so pumped up. She's
I get that.
She's totally all in, and totally connecting with everybody here too. Yeah.
And for mine, it was self-esteem.
Okay.
Failure.
Okay.
Fear of failure.
Okay.
That's my big one.
Right.
Like, I will try anything, and sometimes I actually become good at it, but I never see it as good enough. Nothing is ever a finished product. Everything is always an unfinished product with me. And with Zumba, you don't have to worry about that, because you begin and end, and everything in between is whatever you want it to be. It's like magical. So there is no right and there is no wrong.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we tell the people that come to our class. We're like, they'll be like, I don't know how to dance. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know the moves. And we're like, you don't have to know the moves. We've had people come and literally do this the whole entire time because they don't know what they're doing. But as long as you're moving and you're having fun, that's all we care about, is that you're having a good time.
That's exactly right. And I know
What
that
is
too.
There are no wrong moves. There's only Perfected solo.
Yeah,
Perfected
something-
solo. I like that. I like
Something
that.
like
Everybody
that.
else in the
I
class
like
is
that.
doing this,
I
and
know.
you're doing
I
this.
know.
Well, yeah, that was
Yeah,
my
there's-
solo.
there-
That's what I was supposed
that's
to do.
right.
Even when we
and
teach
that's fun.
the same song, she teaches it completely different than I
Yeah,
teach
that's
it,
right.
and we just do our own thing. And she'll be like, "Oh, Emily's off, just doing her own little version of
It's a
it."
little bit of self-expression. It's like if you're
Yeah.
dancing, you're kind of putting your own "what are you feeling today" into it. And as you say, you don't think too much. And I find myself in a class, if I start thinking about the work day, and like, no, just empty that, because you are here to enjoy, and that hour goes so fast. And
Yeah, it does.
It's the best hour of the day.
And most of the time, people are like, "It's over already?"
I know,
What?
I know.
Let's keep going. And we have a little bonus song sometime at the end of
Yeah,
class.
I know, the bonus song. You think, like you wind down, and so it's like a cool down, so it goes slower, and then at the very end, she's like, makes it go big, and we're dancing and we're having a good time. So why is Zumba and wellness so important to both of you?
You can go.
Why does it matter?
Zumba, for me, Zumba in general just is my time away from thinking about life too much, and just my time to just be free. Like that's how it is for me. It's my therapy. It's definitely, something God gave me that I can share with others. And I feel like the wellness part is sharing it with others and trying to help people feel better about themselves, feel like they matter, that they come to a class and they're like, well, I want to stand in the back, and that's fine, as long as you're moving, as long as you're having a good time. Like, that's all we care about, the wellness part. It just comes along. We've had so many people come, and they're like, oh my gosh, my clothes are fitting differently, and I feel better about myself, and I can run, and I can do all these things that I wasn't able to do before because of the cardio, and it's just, it's awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah, very good, very good. And you, Roxanne?
I think my favorite part about Zumba, aside from the fact that this was no coincidence. Everything that has happened since from the moment we came here, Emily's job she has because of a connection through Zumba.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am now involved in Siegley because you were in my Zumba class, and then you took us to stand-up tour. But the most amazing thing to me is you do not have to be this one size, this one shape, this one fitness level. Like, look at me and Emily, we're both instructors. Most of the students here are a minimum of 20 years younger than me. They all look like they're in better shape than me. But I can make it through an hour class, and I do my own thing. And that's the thing, when somebody walks in here and they're like, I can't dance, or I can't do this because of my knee. There are no restrictions in Zumba. There's chair Zumba.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do
There's Auckland
anything in
Zumba.
Zumba. Zumba is like religion. You don't say, I'm not prepared to be there. You come here to be prepared. And we have the perfect combination of both, because this place is magical. This venue, this space, and I think that's one of the reasons that we'll probably stay here forever.
Right.
Like, we offer people something here that I don't think they could get in a big box gym. They feel comfortable here. This is family here.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Probably a good time to mention all along the walls there are biblical quotes, encouraging words. Tell me about that.
Well,
And that's the environment, the entire room.
if you look beyond the quote, you're going to see these ugly, plain,
walls.
drab walls. And Emily used to complain about it all the time. And she's like, I think I'm going to make some posters. So she made, all these wonderful posters.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I'm just going to get chalk and I'm going to start drawing. So a lot of the drawings are mine. A lot of them are mine. And then in the beginning, we would just tell students, write something on the wall. If it's a quote that inspires you, if it's a verse that inspires you. And over time, we've had the jet riders come through.
Yeah.
They've put it right on the wall. We had German exchange students here, some of my kids from my youth group. Last year, some of VBS. But when somebody comes in, we just tell them, grab a piece of chalk and write whatever you want. And all the other stuff is from a cancer rally that we had here. And we wanted to brighten the place up. So That's what all the ribbons and the hearts are
Yeah.
for. But the quotes are just,
Wow.
and one of them's Mary D's.
Yeah, she's over there.
Mary D, I quote way over there.
You were one of the first people to add a quote to our wall.
Well, that was an honor, because you know it's become the permanent wallpaper here, and it's a constant reminder when you're here at Zumba that you are completely supported and surrounded by love and caring and encouragement. So,
And a lot of the times, the girls have said to us, you know, I look at a particular quote every time I come, you know,
Yes.
and they focus on that.
yes,
so
yes. I know if I'm in a Zumba class and you're just looking at a quote, you smile. You just smile. It's an extra reason to smile in Zumba.
Well, you even called me once and you said, Roxanne, what's that one quote on the back of
Yeah.
the wall? Where is it? I'm like, the Joshua one? And you're like, yeah. So like, even she who saw
Here
this
all the
every,
time.
you know, all
Yeah.
the time for 2 years, she's like, what is that one quote? Where do I find it? I said, Joshua. And she's like, yeah, she's like, that one.
There you go.
So,
yeah, that's awesome. Have you surprised yourself in what you can do?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
never thought I would ever, in any imagination, be able to do what I do.
To lead a
And
class.
like, God just gave me this gift.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay,
Yes.
God,
Yes.
let me use it for something. And
Yes.
and now I'm an instructor, and it's been how
She
many
does
years?
YouTube. She does YouTubes, and she goes up and we did the relay. There
Yeah.
we had 50 some people there.
Yeah,
The Relay for Life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just did wellness on the yacht.
Yes.
Like, you're up in front of like all these
Yes.
people, and
Yes.
like you just
You know what? And I got to really witness that too, having gone through the Zumba with you in classes for years, really now, to be able to see you two grow in that and just grow into even stronger women than you already are. So you're both strong women. So I got to witness all this and go.
I know we've come a
And
long way from day one.
No,
That's for sure.
no, you've done amazing. You've done amazing.
Thank you.
What do you think in your life has made you strong? What has made you strong?
Life itself. The ups and downs, the joys, the sorrows, the trials and tribulations. Every day of your life is only just one step in that journey. And you can't have tomorrows without yesterdays. So that's what makes you strong. You survived yesterday to prepare for tomorrow. That's what makes us human.
That's awesome. Okay, very good. I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah,
That's good.
she would agree.
I totally agree.
So we already talked about the walls. That's part of the uplifting environment. What is, and I'll end with this question, what is the biggest lesson you've learned in your Zumba journey?
I've definitely learned that God is bigger than anything you can imagine. He's brought amazing people to our lives. I'm a very emotional person, I'm sorry, but He has just brought like the most amazing people to our lives. Like, to be blessed to know you, to know all the women that He's brought here, and all the opportunities that have been given to us through who we've met. Like, I'm the type of person, I stay in my own little bubble, and Zumba has brought me to this amazing place in my life. And I've met the most amazing people. Like she said, one of the girls that comes here is the reason why I have the job I have in dialysis. I mean, that in itself is a blessing of a job to have. And that was one thing that I prayed about. I was like, God, I really wish I had a job that I could go to church every Sunday. And when she started telling me about the job, like literally a couple of days later after praying this prayer, she's like, wow. I was like, well, what are the hours? And she's like, well, you work through the day and then you have off every other weekend. Oh, and you have off every Sunday. I'm like, oh my gosh, like if that's not like God, you know, planting, having this amazing journey in place already, then I don't know what is.
His plan.
Yeah, it's an amazing plan, and we see that every single time He brings someone new to our class. He just has orchestrated this amazing group of people.
That's right.
And I just feel so blessed. I just feel absolutely so blessed.
All right, so it's so much bigger than Zumba. It's not just Zumba.
Yeah, it's not just Zumba.
This is Zumba. This is what it's all about.
Yes.
It's like we are facilitators for so many things. There will be people that will stay away for a while because, you know, life happens. You're busy if you have kids involved or whatever. And the day they walk in is exactly the day that either one of us need them to be here.
Yeah.
That we're somewhere in our life that day where we needed to see that very person, or they needed to be here.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, we'll be Zumba and I'll just stop and I'll just walk up and start hugging everybody. Mary needs a hug, Emily needs a hug. Mary, there are days when I have to drag myself here. I have 5 jobs.
Yes.
I have 5 jobs. And there are days when I have to, like today, I came straight here from 2 jobs. Worked all night last night, came here this morning, cooked for community lunch, went to my second job, left there, drove straight to here, went upstairs in the church bathroom and changed my clothes and brushed my teeth. There are days that I don't think I can make it here. And on those days, and I'm like, man, I'm not going to Zumba today, you walk in with this big, beautiful, small, and I'll tell Emily, I'm like, man, I really needed a Mary day. So
You can't help to smile when you walk in here. You
but
can't
it's
help
like we're
it.
facilitators for relationships and like spiritual, not only spiritual growth, fellowship.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is our tribe.
Yes.
This is our tribe. And once you become a part of our tribe, even if we don't see you for a year, you're always a part of our tribe.
And we check in with everybody all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yes.
I haven't talked to them in a while. I wonder how they're doing. You know,
That's
it's
right.
not just a Zumba class that you come to and you leave. Like, we have created friendships, and we have definitely, you know, created a family in a way. So, you know, we encourage people to come to just be a part of that. Everybody is so uplifting. Like, if one girl's kind of feeling down, they're like, hey, you know, what's going on? You know, everybody's just amazing.
You
They're just amazing people.
can't help it when you walk in here and you are completely surrounded by friendship and love. It's just part of the entire experience. So thank you. So let's hug. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being with us and for all you do to make a difference for so many lives.
You too, Mary. You are an inspiration.
Thank you. For more information on Zumba with Emily and Roxanne, check out their Facebook page. When you walk in faith and step outside your comfort zone, you'll often discover great things can happen in your life, like lasting friendships, better health, more confidence, and being stronger from the inside out. Thanks so much for being with us.